Greetings, people. Boy, I don't even think I can sleep tonight. I just watched the program with David Lammy, um, remembering our forgotten. I think that's a diplomatic way of putting it. It's more like remembering our disregarded, remembering. Boy, what can you say? I'm flabbergasted. I'm totally beside myself. We've spoken about reparation, and a lot of the time when black people, West Indian people, likewise, constantly a lot of people say, uh, "There's no point in reparation. Why? Why do you want reparation?" Excuse me. What do you mean? Why do we want reparation? Because of an injustice that slave masters were paid a compensation, but the slave masters always profited. The slaves suffered, and at the end they were meant to suffer even more. I mean, I even wonder. I say, where did the Mastercard come from? Where did that concept of the Mastercard come from? Did it not come? What? This is a question. Was it not born out of slavery? Because you had to get, when slavery was abolished, you had to, you end up working for, the slave master to begin with, and you end up having to buy the equipment from him where beforehand you had use of it. Now you're a free man, you have to buy it. And he's not going to give you if he just got a brand new wagon, he ain't giving you that one. He's giving you the one that the wheel's going to fall off, waiting for the wheel to fall off so he can give you the new one and then charge you twice. Oh, that broken one's going to need a repair. You got to pay for that because you broke it. And you know what? I can get a new one, but we get the higher purchase factor. And so you have a Owen system, and the Mastercard was born. That's a theory, but maybe someone can verify. But as I say, constantly in debt. Nah, the sad thing is, today being Sunday, Remembrance Day, and you know what? After one of the last parts of David Lemmy's documentary, he went to the Commonwealth Institute into the offices, and he spoke to the head, is it the CEO? But her name Victoria Wallace, and she was saying how for some reason there was a smirk in her on her face, which I couldn't gel with. Couldn't tell you if that was embarrassment because she knew where he was going to come from, or if that was uh, basically just like a set of spin doctrine that she had to do. And she's quite proud of the fact that how she feels she can spin it, because he approached her, and one thing is, he turned and said he wants to speak about two places. One place which was a burial ground for Africans who died during the First World War, and if you go to this burial ground where these Africans, there's two. Forgive me, I ain't got the names of the place. I didn't write them down. I was just shocked at what I heard. But I see if I can't find it out to put them in text here. One was where you had the European grave site, which was well catered for. I mean, a really good looking place. It really looked. You'd be proud to say that someone your one of your family members were buried there, and but there wasn't a single African buried in that section there. But the Africans were buried right, in the same plot of land, but outside of the fence, outside the cauldron, and you got shrubs, this, that, the other. You know, it's not catered, not cared for. As David Lammy said, dogs piss on it. People, rubbish is discarded in that area. Blah blah blah. It is just a piece of land, and that's where the Africans are buried. One, another one of the saddest factors, and I guess a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but this is happens to be the truth. Now, okay, people can say in the 1920s, it was a colonial ideal, and You know what I mean? With that colonial ideal, prejudice was high. Many people would like to use the word racism, but I discard that word. It doesn't mean a thing. But prejudice was high. And so, so Winston Churchill, as great as they may say he was, I guess being a great person, anything you do is going to be a great magnitude, such as, you see, it was said that when it come to the loss of Africans, um, Churchill was to have said, and I believe this is written somewhere, that it was of no great loss. Yeah. But then, in regards to the Commonwealth and their concept, which is written down in their policies for the dead of who fought in the war, those who fought, that everybody, regardless of stature, regardless of position within the armed forces, as long you know what I mean, you die at war, you will be treated as equal. What is done for one shall be done for all, which is written down. But this, again, there's another stipulation by Winston Churchill, which specified that not that will not be carried out as far as the Africans are concerned. You know what I mean? He went as far as to turn and say that the tribes, they wouldn't even understand such a memorial, so why bother? It was written by somebody else, that it would be a waste of public's money. Now, sorry, if you have a statement which says that if you serve, then you shall be treated equal, no matter what your standing, no matter what your standing, your position, or whatever what we do for one shall be done for all. How come the Africans didn't come under the category of all? How come the Africans do not come under the category of all? I don't have a right to be angry. I think you have a right to be angry. Yeah, anybody who's a self-respecting human being has a right to be angry. Because how can that speak for you? And as I say, irrespective of anything, we can turn and say that, okay, this was in the 1920s and this is wrong. But you see, it's only now, today, that something is being done about it. Are they saying yesteryear they didn't know about this? Are they saying that, from time, because it seems like only the fact that David Lammy was making this trip, that anything is being done, because only now, at this point here, if anything was said to have been considered to be done before David Lammy made the trip, then there would have been we would have seen information. Certain things would have been certain people in Africa who were searching for this information, searching for that, would have known of these things happening, but nobody did. But then we have Victoria Wallace sitting there saying that X amount of millions are being spent in order to deal with the particular burial ground, which is just a space of land where, again, everything, people just walk on it. There's nothing to turn around and say that there's a body there at all. There's nothing to say that this marks the spot of anything, except for just a vast open land, and I guess cars and trucks and God knows what goes trampling through there, and whatever happens, kids play football, whatever happens there. But nothing to say who lay there. There's certain people called carriers. And there was a blatant disregard. Now, and one of the things that really made me angry about that, watching that today, is I was watching the Remembrance Day March parade today, and there was a part where they spoke to two black members of the armed forces who were down there, in respective of their ancestors who fought, like be their father and the grandfather and so on. And when they approached them, the interviewer, I can't remember her name, she was saying to them, yes, who are you here representing? And when they said, I'm here representing, the lady said, I'm here representing my father and my grandfather who had served it. And she said, oh, yes, they served the support because they worked in the front line. Now, hold on. Why are you pushing that they did not serve on the front line? It is very well known that they served on the front line. But again, you see, the disrespect starts right there. This is the remembrance, but you choose to try and take away things that people should know, that they should remember. You try and take it away because where did you get that information from? Some old tag? Who did your checks to determine and to give you that intelligence to determine and say that they were only there as oh gosh, man, support. To me, and the good thing is the record was put straight there. But you see, throughout the whole Remembrance Parade, there was not enough information to talk about those that served people of color. Everybody else got represented and in every form or fashion, but the people of color, it was minimal to say the least. Because when you did interview someone, again, it was to taint the fullness of what they did do, to taint the fact that yes, they died on the front line. What suggesting basically that they were cowardice. You know what I mean? And then we go not and to add fuel to the fire, we had to go and see David Lammy's documentary. If you have not seen it, see it for yourself. Black or white, as I say, as long as you're a human being, you're gonna be as angry as I am. 'Cause, to me, it's not really and truly the point that it was black people. You know what I mean? That is a point, but it's the fact that this would be done to anybody. I'll be angry at. Any form of injustice. Sorry, these things should not be. They're supposed to be addressing these things today, now. But sorry, we're talking about how many years afterwards? 100 years? It's taken you 100 years to come to some kind of somebody tell me something. So when we sort of speak about reparation, remember it wasn't so long ago that we was talking about reparations for slavery and David Cameron took the trip over to Jamaica. And when they approached him to say, "Are you going there to speak about reparations?" He said, "Oh no, it's not about reparations. Let's not speak about reparations." He was going over there to issue money to build a prison. And let's put this in this perspective. To build a prison, what for? For the people we're about to send back from the UK as so-called illegal immigrants. Windrush scandal ring a bell to you guys? So this injustice is deeper. Don't turn around and tell me things are different. Amongst the common people, life is life. Upstairs is a different subject. You only have to take a look at this Brex bullshit to realize how much we matter. You know what I mean? Democracy. Yeah. Now, if democracy was real, we wouldn't have to fight so hard for it. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I am vexed. I am vexed. But something need to be done. These people need to be remembered. The story needs to be kiss me ass told. For flip's sake. Get it right. Do not deny the contributions of my forefathers. And you know what I mean, it's a disrespect to each and everybody that died. You know what I mean? It's a total disrespect to every one man jack that went out there and fought. Because you know what? So I said my piece. It's night time, so I'm gonna, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna sleep tonight because this is gonna be roaming from my head. But good night, peeps. Bless. Vex, a vex, a vex.